Beloved, welcome back to the shop. In today's video, we are going to be comparing the famous Honda 7000 inverter generator compared to EcoFlow's new flagship, the Delta Pro Ultra whole home solar solution. Now these two power supplies or alternative power supplies have a lot in common. They're very similar in size and capability, and we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of these two units, why you would want one over the other, and why is it that I'm choosing for my new shop, for my alternative or my backup power supply, the EcoFlow with the solar versus the traditional gas. Let's look at the features and what they offer, and then we'll get into some of the comparisons and the pros and cons. The Honda 7000, of course, is gasoline powered. We're gonna have electric start, and what it can provide for you is you've got a 30 amp 120, big power. Two 20 amp, four 20 amp 120s, your household switches or plugs, and then a great big 240 4-prong. This is going to be a 30 amper. This is going to be adequate for furnaces or well pumps, those high draw items in your home. The power options for the Delta Pro Ultra are almost identical. We've got the 20 amp 120s, the same as the Honda. We've got the 30 amp 120 and the 240 30 amp as well. Identical, almost the exact same power supply. Well, the same power supply as the Honda has. Even the power is very similar. 7 kW on the Honda, 6 kW on the EcoFlow Ultra. But this is in its small configuration. I've taken this loose right here. If you look as I move this right here, do you see this section? Let me bring you up here a little bit closer and I'll try to explain better. This is the inverter unit. Right here, this does all the processing. This has all your plugs in it. This doesn't produce the power. The power comes from these batteries, and just one of the batteries gives us 6 kW. We add a second, third, fourth, and fifth. That's how we get up to that 30. And how these connect is very clever. Once you decide how many batteries you need, it's plug and play. You simply have these big right angle plugs, and here's the port, and they stagger. So you would just connect all these together, and it's idiot proof. You can't do it wrong. Another pro for me for the Delta Pro Ultra is the ability to keep it charged up with solar. I've got two panels that I put up, 320 watts, I think, or 620 watts total combined, that will constantly be feeding that in there, so that when I need to pull the draw, I have the big reservoir of the battery. I can run my welders, all my heavy tools, anything that needs power in the shop. And then in the off time when I'm not using it, it's constantly filling it up. I'm not having to add gas or do those inputs. It's just free power from the sunshine. Now I'll show you how I'm gonna incorporate this into the shop. Let me show you just how quickly you can get this up into action without anything other than what I've showed you. This is the lead from the solar panels coming outside. I didn't understand any of this either. I was always solar. There was a barrier because I thought I was going to mess something up. Plug and play. Put your solar panels up, temporary, permanent, whatever, and you bring it into the house or shop wherever you don't have power, and now we are charging. This unit is being charged and it will stay topped off, as simple as that. The Ultra's carts have wheels, so it's going to be portable even with the big battery stack. You're going to be able to move this around. Now this is in its smallest configuration. Now we've got solar in. The only thing we have to do is turn it on. We have 240 30 amp power ready to go. Now if we wanted to stop right here, we would be just fine. We've got 230 power for well pumps, welders. We got 4 120 sockets. It's everything that you'd need. Run some extension cords, you're good to go. You've got power, and the solar panels are keeping it topped off. If you wanted this to be a more permanent solution or a backup home solution for your home, we can simply add the smart panel and just plug and play, plug it right in. Let's connect it up to the panel here. Again, plug and play. There's some dudes that were saying, hey, you can just build your own solar unit. Yeah, I get that. I've done that. But, I don't have an age to go back to school and get an engineering degree, and I don't want to do things wrong and burn my house down. Plus, it's not modular. You can't take it with you. This is going to go with you and grow with you. Take the other end, plug it into your panel in one of the 3 inputs, and we are hot. Just by plugging that in, now we've got a 240 30 amp panel that we can wire into our shop for garage door openers, wall plugs, whatever you have, welding plugs, all modular. That's the big difference. Is I don't know where else you're going to get a modular whole home solution that can grow with you, that you can move with you easily. Those big systems, the Tesla Powerwalls, I mean, you're not going to be taking that with you. Once you invest in that money, it's going to stick with the house. And most people now move around a lot. I think most people live in a house only 7 years, and to put $30,000, $40,000 into a system that you're going to leave behind just doesn't make any sense to me. Having it modular and the ability to grow and move with you is everything. You'll see here on the smart panel there are 2 additional plugs for a total of 3. We could put 3 units in. You could put 90 kW into your house. Those 3 plugs into the smart panel give you the ability to put 3 ultras, to feed 3 complete ultras into your home for backup power. That's 90 kW. That's 30, 60, and 90. 90 kW is enough to keep your house running on emergency power for about a month for the average American house. Now, you're not going to be able to do everything, but essential items, essential circuits, if you were sparing and you're careful, it will run your house for an entire month. Now, if you're augmenting that with solar panels, well, now you're energy independent. There's one more cool option that EcoFlow is working on, and that's the ability to roll the Delta Pros. If you already have them, you can also interface them right into the panel, just like one of the big ones. Again, beloved, I'm not here to tell you what to buy, which system to buy. I'm just showing you some options. And the gas generator has its place. And the way I see it is the gas generator and a backup battery system with some solar is a great 1-2 punch. Yes, could I run the shop with just the gas generator? I could, but every time I want power, I'm going to have to come in here and start it. I have to listen to it. I'm not going to have power, you know, my garage doors, the lights are not going to come on unless this thing is running. I've got to wheel it out, point the exhaust out. I have all of the downside of that. With the EcoFlow, it's charging all the time. I've got a nice big 240 power reserve here that's constantly being topped off, no maintenance, no noise, no noxious fumes, and it's silent. It's silent and it makes me stealth, and it just keeps you off the radar. And you're going to be able to wire it in just like a normal house. I'm not utilizing the smart panel to its full potential. If you have a home, you don't have a shop, let's say you just want to have an emergency backup system, this is ideal because your grid power is keeping your EcoFlow topped off all the time. The moment that power is cut or it's shut off, it switches automatically and you don't even miss a beat. Your house is powered, and not only that, but it can also save you some money on your power bill because it has the ability to run off of the batteries and use less grid power. So, you know, again, I don't understand all of this. I'm just kind of sharing with you what I know and how I'm incorporating this. But the fact that it gives you the ability to expand, it's modular, you can take it with you and you can plug it in, you can put circuits in, and you can power a building and just have that energy independence and get the free benefits of solar. It's really, who else has got this? Who else is doing this? I haven't seen it. Yes, you can build your own system like we talked about, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you can save a few bucks or you think that's a better way to go and you know you're going to be forever in your home, go for it. I'm not saying that's not a bad idea, but for me, I like to keep things modular and keep my options open, and I like the ability to make it bigger. I can size it for what I want, and I can move it around with me. It's just a great, great system and a great solution. And the power company is not going to get any more money from me, at least for this shop. If you would like to look into the system, we're going to have some specials that are going to be running next month. I'll put a link down in the description where you can save up to $1,000 on selected bundles and talk to the folks at EcoFlow and see if this works for you. But as for me and my house, this is what we're going to be using.